After walking a few minutes out from the local train station, the police witnessed something horrible, a sight that would haunt not only them, but the whole of the Soviet Union. They saw the body of a young woman. Her eyes and her tongue had been ripped out, and she had been molested and raped prior to her death. This was one of 53 confirmed murders that had been credited to Andrej Tjikatilo, the first serial killer from the Soviet Union. He would go on to be the worst man the Soviet police would ever have to face.
The way he killed, from what the police found, was that the victim's eyes and tongue has been ripped or stabbed out, and before that he seems to have molested and raped the victims too. And the police struggled to find him because he was the first killer in the Soviet Union, and he ended up killing 53 recorded kills, and he is one of the most perverted serial killers that existed at the time. The way he found his targets were by going to bus and train stations where he would look for women, children, or prostitutes. And when he found a victim, he would then try to lure them out into the woods with money, alcohol, or candy. And out there, he would try to seduce them, and that often didn't work because he was impotent. At least it wouldn't work with the prostitutes. And because that didn't work, would get angry and go into a murderous rage. Grew up in Ukraine, where they suffered from a famine, and because of the famine, it is theorized that his brother was eaten alive, and also he didn't have a father figure because he was drafted to fight against the Nazis, but he returned home later, and he was a bit withered, and his mother ridiculed him a lot for it.
On the outside, Andrej was a completely normal man. He had a family and a well-paying job. He understood people well enough to persuade them into going into the woods with him. In fact, for his first kill, he was questioned by the police. He was brought in, interrogated, and everything. However, the police let him go. On the inside, Andrej was organized and non-social, meaning he didn't need to stick around his crime scene, and he left almost no evidence. Andrej was a lust hedonist, meaning he killed for lust and to get a kick out of it. One of the reasons Andrej could escape the police's traps for so long was that he looked exactly like this, like a normal human. Using Hare's checklist as a guide, which is a list of questions to find out if you have psychopathic tendencies, we have estimated Andrej to have a score of 31 out of 44. This means that there's a very high likelihood that he was a psychopath. There's another way to look for signs for psychopathic tendencies in children. Early up, when they're growing up, if they show all three of these signs, that means there's a high likelihood that they are psychopaths. The first one is arsony, if they go around setting fire to stuff. Second one is animal abuse, if they have been found to abuse animals. And the third one is bedwetting. Andrej did at least 2 out of these 3. He has been found to do arsony, he was in prison, and he was scolded by his mother for bedwetting. There are no official records about him doing animal abuse, but it is likely. And after 12 years and 53 confirmed murders, Andrej Tjikatilo was caught by the police. There's 2 main things that helped the police link him to the crimes. Firstly, when he was caught, he had his finger that was bitten out from fighting with a young man. And the second one was the first time he was caught. There was police records linking him to the first murder, where he was originally declared not guilty. On February 1994, Andrej Tjikatilo was shot dead by a firing squad, ending the murderous reign of the most deadly serial killer in Soviet Russia.